I'm feeling prideful today, so I created an obscenely gay and trans outfit. Hope you like it. Let's get ready together. Also, check out my socks. They're trans socks. As always, start with a hairbrush, some water, and don't forget about curl refresher. There we are, that's much better. Now it's time to add on our tank top and jeans. And here we are! Oh my gosh, this tank top fits like a glove, and the cut of the shoulders makes me feel so masculine. I love it. And just like yesterday, we'll add on our cover top jacket at the end. For a brooch today, I have my pride pin and my trans flag pin. And I went ahead and pinned them right there. For hair today, I'm going to do my hair up in pigtails again, and I'm going to add on a whole bunch of hair clips to it.
Alright guys, so we gotta talk about a woke TikToker that is going viral because she has come out the closet as trigender, right? Trigender. I've never heard this term before. I always hear a new one every single day, and it does not seem like it will ever end, okay? And I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best to understand these people because a lot of these people are our youth, and I think that the youth in this country is the future of this country. So I think it's important to understand the youth and, you know, the trends and the things that they're into. But I gotta tell you, man, my patience is running out because I just don't get it. It's like learning a new language, and I'm starting to become convinced, right? Actually, I am convinced that this is just made up, right? People are just living in imaginary world, okay, and they want the rest of society to capitulate to that when clearly there's something else going on, right? Clearly, you know, we need to start laying some people on some couches, right, and having them talk to some professionals about what is going on, right? What is going on? So let's actually get into this video because we're gonna learn about trigender today, which I've never heard of. Apparently, you can be trigender, 3 genders at the same time. Let's learn about it.
So a couple of people might have been surprised by my transgender pin that I put on this morning. I figured it's about time that I came out and talked about my gender identity. I am trigender, which means like a triangle, I have 3 genders. Male, female, and non-binary.
Wait. I thought that non-binary meant that you don't adhere to the binary gender spectrum or whatever you want to call it, right? So how can you be male, female, which are terms that refer to sex, by the way, okay? Clearly this person is a female, I believe, unless they underwent, you know, some operations or something like that. This is clearly a female, okay? So they're just wrong, okay? You're female. But again, how can you be male, female, and non-binary? Non-binary means that you're not male and or female, but this person is saying that they're male and female. I don't get it. I really don't. Again, somebody make it make sense. Maybe I don't understand the definitions of these words. I'm just saying, I'm confused. I need help. Well, maybe I don't need help. Maybe other people need help, but I'm just saying, maybe I'm the one that needs help here. I don't know.
And the difference between trigender and gender fluid is that I feel all 3 of these genders at the same time. All the time. It doesn't ever shift or change, or where I feel one gender more strongly than the other, like gender fluid tends to be. Also, I should recognize and accept that a lot of people don't see non-binary as a 3rd gender. They see it as something completely separate from the binary of male and female. Yeah,
so again, according to her definition, which I think that's the definition I was using, non-binary is completely separate. So how can you be all 3? And all 3 at the same time? I don't get it. I don't understand.
But for me, it's like a 3rd gender. Or I guess you could call it a 3rd identity. So how I feel gender-wise is like a man, like a woman, and as neither at the same time. I hope this clears things up, but let me know if you have any more questions. I'm happy to answer.
Nah, I'm still confused. I'm still confused. So we got another video of this person, you know, going in more detail about how this trigender thing works.
I'm glad you asked. Let's talk about it. So trigender and the way you identify in it can be very heavily based on your culture and your cultural background. For example, I know in Hawaiian culture, there are 3 genders. There's a 3rd gender I forget what it's called, I'm sorry, but if you happen to be Native Hawaiian, you could identify as that third gender and then man and woman. Or if you happen to be, from Native Hawaiian background and on the other side you have a different background that also has a third gender, you can identify as those two non-binary genders.
You know what's funny about this is that I just love how the woke revolutionaries, in order to back up some of their nonsense, they say, well, ancient societies didn't adhere to the gender spectrum. Well, I mean, there was still men and women, right? I mean, they were still male and female, right? I mean, they use that as a way to say that the white man invented the binary gender spectrum, right? Or binary gender, okay? That's what they say it's a form of white supremacy to say that there's just men and women or male and female, which is amazing. Again, I'm just saying, they seem to assign the best attributes to whites, right? Which is funny because, I mean, at this rate, considering how they say that all of the bad things, right, are, non-white and all the good things are white, I might just end up changing my YouTube channel to white conservative perspective because apparently, according to the wokes, I'm not actually black, right? Because I believe in things like, hard work, rationality, science, American exceptionalism, I believe in the gender binary, religion. Yeah, all those things are just white supremacy, right? So I might as well just, I might not actually be black. Who knows? Okay, based off what the woke say. But I'm just saying, they try to justify their delusions with this idea that, well, they did it in ancient society, so therefore it must be real. It must be a thing. And I'm like, I'm not sure if that's how it works, right? There's a reason why we have evolved beyond that, okay? Science clearly says that there's male and female, okay? I'm just saying.
And then take your pick if you want man or woman or not even another non-binary gender. But all in all, it comes from your cultural background. So for me, I come from a very heavy Dutch background and American background. So for me, it's more based on if there's man on one side, woman on the other, and non-binary is somewhere in the middle, and then I take up that whole area, the whole bar there. And I know for a lot of people, non-binary is a completely separate spectrum, and that's just not my experience, but I still think that that's a valid experience to have.
So you're admitting that it's all made up, right? There's no scientific basis to this, okay? It's all made up. So if it's all made up, then as a society, we should not have to adhere to this, okay? You can't just, because you made it up, say that you want to go use the men's restroom, okay? I hope we just agree on that. Again, you have the right to believe this. If you want to believe this, fine, okay? You can live your life. I'm not even trying to make fun of you. I'm not trying to do any of that. I'm simply trying to understand. But I can't understand it because it doesn't make sense, but at least you're admitting that it's made up, okay? You're admitting that it's made up, and because it's made up, again, we should not, normal people should not have to capitulate to this, okay? If the woke stop trying to make society capitulate to it, I wouldn't have any problem with it. I would never talk about this because it wouldn't be an issue. But it's because they're trying to make people capitulate to something that is entirely an opinion, something that they're making up, and they're telling you that we're making it up. That is the problem, okay? You can go be weird on your own, right? There are plenty of weird people in the world. But again, it is the forced, adherence of society to this your imagination is the problem.
It all depends on your experiences and your personal history, I hope this answers your question. Let me know if you have any more questions and I'd be happy to answer them. Oh, I think I forgot to mention, for those of you who are newer here or just don't know, I identify as trigender. This is my trans identity, and I am a man, a woman, and non-binary. So, take that bar again, man, woman, non-binary. I just take up the whole bar. And
I mean, this person thinks that analogy makes it make sense, right? And I'm like, no, it doesn't make it make sense. It makes it even more confusing. I don't understand how you can be all three at the same time. You can be non-binary, not a man or a woman, but a man and a woman at the same time. I don't understand.
It's different from gender fluid because the gender identity never changes or shifts where one gender identity is stronger than the other or anything like that, I'm very happy to talk about this stuff, so please don't feel like any of your questions are too weird or anything like that for me. But of course, do try to phrase them in the politest way you can. Alright, with that, I will see you soon. Bye!
Incredible.
I'm glad you asked.
Yeah. So this is the definition of trigender, right? Let's read here. Trigender is a gender identity which can be literally translated as three genders or triple gender. Trigender people experience exactly three gender identities, either simultaneously or varying between them. These three gender identities can be male, female, and any non-binary identities. For those who experience other multiple gender identities, please see multigender. So apparently there's multigender as well too. Tri people may also identify as multigender, non-binary, and or transgender. If a trigender person feels that their identity changes over time or depending on circumstances, they may also identify as gender fluid, which describes any person whose gender identity varies over time. This is insane. Trigender people can have any gender expression, but many prefer to be seen as androgynous and or change their presentation to be more masculine or feminine depending on their current identity. Well, according to that last person, this person is always masculine and feminine and non-binary at the same time. Trigender people may experience dysphoria, in which they want their body to reflect traits from three distinct sexes. They're not three sexes, okay? There's only two sexes, but although in some cases however, not all trigender people experience dysphoria. Some trigender people may choose to transition so that their body more closely matches their gender identity, but not all do. Well, how is that possible? If again, how is that possible if they're all three genders, right? And genders at the same time? I don't understand it. I don't get it. The term trigender was originally used in reference to the Native American gender two-spirit. Yeah, so they think that makes it make sense, right? That makes it justifiable. Well, the Native Americans did it, so therefore, you know, it must be a real thing. I mean, I don't know, man. Again, we're living in Cuckoo for Cocoa Puff world. That's all I do know. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.